Hi guys, my name is Madison and these are my group mates. This is Ryan, Tessa, Vanessa, Derek, and Tristan. And before I start off, I just want to ask you guys a quick question. So raise your hand if you know how a simple machine works. Okay, that's a few of you guys. I'll let you know how. So a machine is made up of gears, and each gear comes in a different shape and a different size. And on the outer edge of them, they have ridges, which are called teeth. Gears work together and they move together and they complement each other. We see our group as a machine. Each one of us is a gear, and we all have different character traits and characteristics that make us work as efficiently as possible. Our name is well-oiled, and that is because we come from diverse backgrounds, we have different personalities, and we have lived in different lifestyles. We come together to perform certain tasks and do so in the best way possible. So one of the gears in our group is Ryan Ramsey. If you guys do not remember him from the activity the first week of school, he's the only kid in class who's never flown on an airplane, which is surprising because he came from Canada and moved to Elk Grove when he was 10 years old. We're hoping that his first plane ride is to Japan, where he can meet his family and learn about his heritage. Some of his family here is his two older sisters, Rachel and Ashley, and his younger brother named Alex. They share two mini rat terriers. And speaking of pets, one of his biggest pet peeves is when he's listening to his music and someone walks into his room and starts complaining about the music he's listening to. So if you do not like Kanye West's album, The Life of Pablo, then I recommend that you keep your opinion to yourself. Ryan here is a freshman. He is majoring in computer science. He chose this school because it has a really good computer science program. It's a social school, and it is close to his home, which is back in Elk Grove. He wants to work for a large corporation, but as you guys know, before he can do that, he has to meet his GE requirements, and one of those is communications. He chose to do small group communications instead of public speaking because, like most of us here, he didn't like speaking in front of people. Early this September, a website called Statistic Brain released a study called the Fear of Public Speaking Statistic, and that showed that 74% of people have anxiety related to speaking in front of people, and 73% of men also have those problems as well. So he thinks it's easier to share random information with a group of people instead of doing so by himself. One little piece of information about Ryan is that he really likes chicken, and he likes it in any form, and he also likes it with anything. So as a group, we're starting to get to know each other, and at first Ryan was pretty quiet and pretty shy, but he's starting to open up, and he's more outgoing with us. And we're starting to learn facts like our pets, our families, and our favorite foods. And I think that us getting to know each other makes our machine that much stronger. And so thank you for listening, and I'm going to give it off to my fellow friend and group mate, Ryan.
Thanks, Madison. Now imagine cruising down the street in your four-door, slapping your favorite tunes. I'm pretty sure we've all done that before, and I know my group member, Tessa, has. Today, I will help you get to know one of my group mates, Tessa Swanson. We could probably talk all class about her personal traits and hobbies, but to shorten that, I will tell you just a few things that stood out to me. Let's get started. Now, I'll tell you about Tessa's family life and schooling. She was born and raised in San Luis Obispo, which, according to my sources on IMDb, Zac Efron was also born in San Luis Obispo. At home, she has her brother, and when she's not spending time with family, she's spending time with her 3 cats. In high school, Tessa was an average student, and she liked science and math, but didn't like English or history. Right now, she's a freshman, and she's undeclared, but she wants to work with people. Now to one of Tessa's favorite hobbies. She likes to drive around town and listen to loud music. She drives a 98 BMW, which she got for her 16th birthday. That was passed down from her father, but sadly she had to leave that at home. While driving, she likes to listen to rap, which is her favorite genre of music. Some of her favorite artists are E40, Travis Scott, Young Thug, and Logic, but she has never listened to Migos or Future. There's a lot more to know about Tessa to cover in the time remaining, so I'll just tell you a couple of fun facts. Some things you may not know are that she is a vegan but hates mangoes. Her spirit animal is a giraffe, and if she were to have a superpower, she would want to be invisible. Tessa has also never left the country, but has been to Hawaii and the East Coast. And if she could live anywhere in the world, she said Italy. Now that we've learned a couple things about Tessa, like her favorite hobbies, a couple of fun facts, and where she came from, I would hope that you would introduce yourself and get to know her more. Now, please direct your attention to Tessa.
Okay. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans may experience an episode of sleepwalking at least once in their life, according to Fox News in 2008. Thankfully, you're not Tristan here who has, and I'm sorry if this has happened to you, but who was woken up in the middle of the night on a bench, half naked. Hi, I'm Vanessa, and today you're going to get to know a little bit more about Tristan here, the good and the bad. Now, Tristan's got a lot to bring to the table. He's a skilled communicator who's very social and who loves to say hi. So if you ever feel the need to do so, please feel free to say hi. He will say hi back. Tristan's been playing the guitar for 10 years now, along with multiple other instruments. His dedication to music is really impressive. And his love for sports shows throughout his high school career. He was involved with track, volleyball, football, fencing, and I'm sorry, a whole lot of others that I probably didn't say. But what was great about it is he was able to channel his love of sports to coaching Little League football and to tutoring elementary kids after school for 4 years. He was also involved with the program called LINK, which helps incoming freshmen adapt to high school career and high school environment. It's a really great program, personally. But all these experiences and things that I've listed has made Tristan be the person who he is today. And now I will talk about today here in Chico. When I asked why he's a marketing major, he simply said to make money. And Tristan's known to be good with numbers and with money. When I asked why he came to Chico, he then explained to me that both his older brother and his father have attended Chico State, and listening to their experiences and stories throughout his childhood had influenced him to come here. So, as you can see, Tristan is a bright young man, even with his sleeping habits and problems. But I feel that his future contribution and involvement with our group is going to be a great asset, and I'm looking forward to our future presentations. And now I'm going to pass it off to Tristan Spooner.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. So I want you guys to think right now about how much you and the world relies on machines and technology to work smoothly. What if nothing ran smooth anymore? Every group needs a member to keep them focused and to keep them innovative, and that person for us is Derek. I'm here to tell you how Derek keeps this group on track with his teamwork ability, his vision, and his natural curiosity. A group can perform its best when everybody has as much teamwork experience as Derek has. Derek was an athlete on his track and field team. He worked with 3 other guys on the 4x100 and 4x400 meter relays to bring home gold. He also has many hours of community service under his belt. He worked on a team for Crab and Feed fundraisers, cleaned up highways, and helped out local elementary school kids. But Derek's talent as a team player only supports his vision of the future. A group's progress will stagnate unless they're accompanied by a visionary like Derek. Derek has started his own paddleboard company, rental company, which has kept him busy for 4 years after taking a small loan. He is said to be one of the 13% of millennials who aspire to own and operate their own business, according to the survey Millennials at Work, published by Bentley University in 2014. He also started an ultimate Frisbee club at McClatchy High School, which is still operating today. But not only is his vision of the future great, but it's continuously growing because of his natural curiosity. He has many exotic tastes. His favorite food is a nice traditional pad thai, and he loves all kinds of music, from reggae to synth, from rock to rap. And his curiosity has also turned him into a problem solver. He taught himself how to work on small engines when he bought a temperamental jet ski, a Yamaha Superjet. Now, his teamwork abilities combined with his vision and curiosity all contribute to how he can make any group great. If everyone took a page out of his book, I don't see why they wouldn't succeed in anything they do. Now, speaking of which, I now introduce you to the man himself, Derek.
All right, thank you, Tristan. Now, we all know no engine is complete without every single gear in place, and we all know that oil is what keeps an engine moving. It keeps the parts from sticking up. However, in the small group dynamic, it's energy. One person without energy can act as a dead weight, while someone with it can inspire, motivate, and add purpose to the group dynamic. Now think, have you ever had a long day, maybe ran a mile, played a game of basketball, climbed a mountain, fought somebody, or done anything else that left you too tired to properly focus in class? Well, you might not have, but it is possible that someone in our group did, and she did show up able to focus. Now, the student lifestyle, it's hard enough, but when you want to be a student athlete, you have to muster a little bit of extra dedication and really put your performance over the top, just to stay on par with everyone else. First, I'll explain a few of Maddie's daily exploits, then how those certain activities make her better suited to work in our group environment. And finally, I'll tell you some of the few things she can't do. Now, without further ado, our student athlete. In our group, we might look athletic, but compared to Maddie, we're all a bunch of schmucks. She plays basketball, she wrestles, she mountain climbs, and she's a kickboxing machine. To top it all off, she even plays on the CSU Chico golf team, and you may be surprised to hear they took her all the way to Arizona and back in just the last few weeks. Now, if you're wondering how these additional commitments don't make us hate her as a group member, well, I'll fill you in on that too. You see, a student athlete has to muster extra dedication, extra of everything, and apply it equally to every aspect of their life. Now, through our interactions, Maddie has already proved her full capability to do just that, regardless of the many fatigues that come to both the body and the mind. Oddly, the New York Times reported that student athletes don't do as well in college as their non-athletic counterparts. However, our group is highly confident that Maddie stands outside of that statistic. In fact, Maddie is on track to succeed. She has declared herself as a psychology major and, by nature of it, will someday be able to read people's minds. Kind of sounds like a superhero, right? Mind reading, endurance, fighting. Well, she is super and she is a hero, but not quite both at the same time. However, we are confident that if she were to fall into a vat of toxic waste, she would emerge from it with beautiful angel wings sprouted from her back and the ability to shapeshift into her true lioness form. And that's a hero that I wouldn't want to mess with. So now that you've seen how athletic Maddie is and how that very successfully contributes to our group dynamic, and also the one thing she can't do too, I guess, you might still be thinking, I can do that, I'm capable, but I mean, I'm not going to stop you from trying, but just be warned, it's not as easy as it looks. Instead, you could do as we would and be a hero to a little animal at the animal shelter by volunteering to help the little homeless animals. All in all, hopefully you see that being a student athlete is not all that it's cut out to be. It's a commitment that comes from deep within the heart, a statement of character, a bold and powerful call to the heavens that I am worthy, and that I could stand resolute in the face of any challenge, no matter how unrelenting and intense it may be. In total, I think our group demonstrates how, with high levels of diversity, you can achieve almost anything, and the many different perspectives that can be brought together in order to solve a problem that an individual on their own may not be able to conquer. We are a well-oiled machine. We are one and we are many. Thank you very much.